Your selection of food and consumption of food also must happen consciously. More than what you eat, how you eat it is also equally important.
As told in this video by Sadhguru, food should be eaten consciously. Food is a basic necessity for survival. We consume variety of foods on our daily basis. But do you really know how should we consume food? Due to the various reasons such as stress, excessive workload and distractions from TV and other social medias, a lot of us are not consuming food consciously. We are not enjoying what we are eating. The food is gulped in a hurry without experiencing or knowing the food we are eating. So what are those conditions to be taken under consideration while eating food which our acharyas have told in Ayurveda? Namaste all, this is Vaidya Rohit Prabhu and welcoming you all to our channel Ayurveda in a nutshell. This is the next video in our series called as Ayurvedic Dietetics. Today we are going to learn a new concept called as Ashta Ahara Vidhi Visheshayatanani, which means the 8 special conditions to be considered while eating your food. This concept is explained in Charaka Samhita Vimanasthana first chapter, where the shloka states Tatra khalu imani ashta ahara vidhi vishesha aitanani bhavanti tadyata prakriti karana samyoga rashi desha kala upayoga samstha upayoktam ashtamani bhavanti. So the 8 factors or the 8 conditions to be considered while eating food are prakriti, karana, samyoga, rashi, desha, Kala, Upayoga Samstha and Upayokta. So let us see what are these conditions one by one. The first one is Prakriti, which means the natural quality which is inborn. Here it is to be considered as the natural quality of a food. Some foods are very easy to digest, whereas some foods are heavy to digest. For example, if you take masha, that is urad dal, it is very heavy to digest. Whereas if you take mudga, that is moong, it is very light to digest. So the food should be selected according to the prakriti of the food at a particular given time as per your agni, that is your digestive fire. So if you are very hungry, that is when your digestive fire is very high, you can have heavy food items. But whereas when you are not at all hungry or you have very less digestive fire, it is advisable to have very light food. So keeping this prakriti of the food in mind, one should select your food item which is to be consumed by you. The next in the list is karana, which means method of processing food. While some foods can be eaten in their raw form, some cannot be consumed so. Karana means processing the food in such a way that it is ideal and good for consumption. The food can be processed in the following methods. First is Toya Sannikarsha, which means cleansing the food and treating it with water. Second is Agni Sannikarsha, which means application of fire, that is through frying, roasting or boiling, etc. Third is Shaucha, that is washing the food. Fourth is Manthana, that is churning or can be taken as grinding. That is, for example, we churn the curd to get buttermilk and butter. Fifth is Desha. The nature of the food changes according to the geography. Sixth is Kala, which means the season or a time it brings changes in a food. Seventh is Vasana, that is adding flavoring agents to your food. For example, traditionally we put elaichi in halwa, in shira, in amras and many other sweets like that. Eighth is bhavana, that is leaving the food dipped in certain liquids or trituration. Here the example can be taken like we soak rice and urad dal before we grind it for idli batter. Right? The next, that is ninth one, is kala prakarsha, which means keeping the food as such for certain time. The example for this is idli batter itself. We keep the idli batter overnight so that it will be fermented and we use it the next day. The 10th one is bhajana. Bhajana here means the type of the vessel where the food is stored. So, as per the nature of the food, it should be processed in above said procedures so that it becomes ideal and good for the consumption. So, here is the importance of karana, that is processing of a food. Coming to the next condition, that is samyoga, which means combination of food substances. When two or more food substances are mixed together, the quality of the combination is totally different from the individual components. Sometimes the combination proves to be extremely beneficial, whereas sometimes it proves to be lethal. For example, honey and ghee, when consumed in a different quantity at a different time, is always beneficial to the health. But when it is mixed in a same quantity and taken, it will prove to be a lethal. So this concept is called as Viruddha Ahara. We will deal with this topic in a succeeding videos. Hence, these combination, especially the incompatible combination, should be kept in mind while consuming the food. Coming to the next condition, which is Rashi, means the quantity. How much quantity of food should we eat? Is this the question in your mind? Basically, there are two rules in Ayurveda. First, it states that if you divide your stomach into three parts, the first part should be filled with solid. The second part should be filled with liquid food items, and the third part should be kept it empty so that the food in the stomach will be properly mixing with the enzymes secreted by your digestive system. And the second reference is that you should eat 1 Anjali Pramana food, that is the amount of food which one can hold in with the both hands. So we should not eat excessively and monitor the quantity of food. Coming to the next condition, which is Desha, means the place where food items are grown. We all know that certain food items grow in a certain habitat in particular climatic conditions. This is because the particular food is suitable for the people or an animals which are staying in that particular climatic condition and in that particular habitat. For example, mustard. It is grown in the northern part of India where the climate is comparatively colder. Mustard oil, as you all know, it has very hot potency. Hence, the people who live in northern part of India should make use of mustard oil while cooking. Hence, it is advisable to eat the locally grown food items, and one should avoid eating imported fruits and vegetables. The next condition is Kala, means time of consuming food. When should we consume food? At what time should we consume food? So one should consume food either at a particular time regularly or when a person feels hungry. In the first case, where you should eat your food in a designated time in a punctual way without even skipping a meal. In this case, the person's body gets accustomed to the timely meal and accordingly it will feel hungry on that particular time only. In the second condition, where you should eat your food when you are hungry, generally the time of consumption of food differs from day to day. It would not vary in a large margin. The point of hunger is also proportional to the previously digested food and the amount of excretion which is happening daily. In order to stay healthy, so one should follow any one of these timings. If you do not take care of your hunger or do not have a proper time of your meal, engage in different activities at different time of meals and rather give priority to all other activities, it will definitely disturb your natural biological clock of metabolism. If you cultivate such irregular eating habits, you will be prone to various diseases in a long run. The next condition is Upayoga Samstha, which means rules and regulations while eating food. It completely depends upon Jirna Ahara Lakshana, which means symptoms of proper digestion. So, when will you know that you are having a proper digestion? So, these are some factors you will feel in yourself when you will have proper digestion. So, first is Udgara Shuddhi. You will have clean and clear belching, which means that you will not have any taste of a previous meal while belching. The second is Utsaha. You will feel enthusiasm in yourself. Third is Vegotsarga, that is, your natural urges will be attained properly. Fourth is Laghuta. You will feel lightness in your body. Fifth is Kshut. There will be a proper manifestation of hunger. And sixth is Pipasa, proper manifestation of thirst. It is ideal to have food after experiencing these symptoms in yourself. Now comes the Ahara Vidhi Vidhana. So everything is ready. So everything, food and all is ready in your plate. So how the food in your plate should be? And how should we eat that food? Comes the next question. So there are few conditions again. So those conditions are, first one is Ushnam Ashniyat, that is, eat your food when it is hot and fresh. Second one is Snigdham Ashniyat, that is, you should eat unctuous food. Unctuous here means oily. That doesn't mean that you should eat your food which contains more oil in it. A proper amount of oil should be present in your food. Third one is Matravat Ashniyat. You should eat always in a proper quantity. Fourth one is Jirne Ashniyat. That is, you should eat when the previously consumed meal is completely digested. Fifth one is Ishte Deshe Ishta Sarvopakaranam Cha Ashniyat, which means you should eat the food in a desired place and in a desired cutleries. Sixth is Naati Drutam, that is, you should not eat your food in a hurry. Seventh is Naati Vilambanam, that is, you should not take too much of long time to eat your food. Eighth is Ajalpan Ahasan Tanmana Vunjita. You should eat your food very consciously without talking and without laughing. And the last but not the least is Atmana Abhisamiksha Bhunjita, that is, eat with your complete self-consciousness. These are the rules to be followed when you are eating. Coming to the last condition, which is Upayokta, which means the person himself. See, everything is ready. The selection of food is ready. The plate is decorated with delicious food. What if the person himself is not there? Right? The person himself is an important entity in these 8 conditions. So the person is responsible for habitual intake of the food. That condition is called an Okasatmya, and he should be accustomed to the food which he is eating on the day-to-day basis. So guys, these are the 8 conditions one should follow while consuming their food. So try to follow these conditions as much as possible from your next meal onwards. So if you like this video, please do like, share and comment. And if you have not subscribed our channel, please do subscribe it. And for such amazing videos on Ayurveda, stay tuned on our channel, because if it is Ayurveda, it matters. Thank you.